All right. Oh no, there's something here. Look. I think we found our problem. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So what I have here is a 5D Mark III that doesn't give any sign of turning on. So I will try to figure out what's the problem, and hopefully we're gonna fix it. I always take the rubbers, all the rubbers off. It's much better. I don't want to have anything on the way. And the first thing I will do, I will go straight to the first thing I will do, I will go straight to the DC power board. I will replace that. Actually, I'm going to have a visual check, and hopefully I will be able to find anything. But after that, I will go straight to the DC power board, and I will replace it. That's it. That is like a rule of thumbs I always do. By the way, when you start to do this work, make sure you don't have any battery left inside. Otherwise, you risk to create some new damage. It looks like no one opened this camera, which is a good thing. I always like to, obviously I prefer to do work on someone, not on someone else's job, because for me it's much easier. But that doesn't mean that all the time I have this luxury. I did another repair in the past on this model. It was quite a long one and a hard one to detect, because the problem was something unusual. If you want to watch that one as well, you just go check the info section or go straight to the channel. So no one opened this camera. I can tell by the seals, this is a special tape. This is to reduce the heat, to dissipate the heat inside the camera. So it looks, actually no, someone already put some, I can see some fingerprints. One thing that I hate, to leave fingerprints inside camera. Right, so someone did some work, but it looks like was a kind of a clean work. They didn't left too much damage. Right, so this is tricky. I believe the only way to take it off is by heating it up. Let's see, I don't want to do that for now. I might not have any option. Actually, I don't have any option. I will heat it up, and then I'll take it off. All right, so this should be warm now. I need to work quite fast, quite quick before it gets cold. I need to start with an angle, with a point. Let's see if I can do something over here. you need to be very cautious, very gentle with this stuff. It looks like it doesn't want to come off. Let me see if I start from this angle. Put a very minimum pressure on this. It's quite strange, it doesn't come off. It's supposed to come off a bit easier. All right. As I said, you need to be very cautious with this. There's no problem if you create these wrinkles. It's important not to damage it, not to punch it or break it. All right, so first of all, let's see what's the reading, just for us to have a starting point. What my external power source says. I know what it says, but just for yours, just for you as well to see what's going on. So when we put power, we have this reading here, 0.08, 80 milliamps with the door open, which is not normal. It's supposed to be even lower, much lower, like 30 milliamps, 20, 30 milliamps. And now when I put the door, shut the door, we have this reading, which is 0.12 of an amp. It's 120 milliamps. I know I have the cover off, but whatever I try, if I try to turn on the camera, power on the camera, nothing happens. This value stays the same, even if I try to open the door of the memory card or try pushing all the buttons on the top, doesn't show anything. So this, as I said, as a rule of thumb, the first thing I do, I go straight to the DC power and I will try to replace it. I have a replacement, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Even if someone did some work on it, doesn't look bad. There's some little damage here, but doesn't look to be significant. Always do a visual check before you do anything on your camera. Right, so let's move on. Be careful when you take screws out. There are different screws, different length, different type of thread. Depends on the position. Try to remember where each screw goes. I've opened this camera several times, so there's no need to me to keep any track of the screws. Yeah. Whoever did the work before, they were good. They didn't left too much sign. I might leave some more sign on this, but there's no problem. Let's carry on. Unfortunately, the power board, it's positioned on top side of the camera, under the top cover. So in order to reach that point, you need to disassemble the whole cover, take off the whole covers. Okay, even here, so we have exposed some circuit boards. It's good to have a look and check, make sure everything it looks okay. No trace of tampering. Right, take the top cover. I think this is the only one on here, and then we have here. And this smaller one. I need different tweezers. Okay, so the DC power board is this one here. Actually, since I've disconnected the, let me see what I've disconnected. That's the top. So I've disconnected the top from here. I will try to disconnect this one from here, which this is connected with the power. This is connected with the DC. Let's see what's the reading. There are some other wires connected to 008 as before when we're connecting. There's a switch. The switch button here. 012, so nothing changed. I will disconnect this. These are all the, and there are even the front here, but this is more for the motor. Yeah, for the motor. No, for the bottom. So this wire connects with the bottom board. There's another bottom board here. So I left the battery inside with, that's not a good thing. But now we have, the reading is 0. Let's see if we put this back. That doesn't mean anything yet. Still, we need to try to pinpoint the area of damage. 0.08, 0.09. All right, so I will disconnect this, take the battery out. I will take the DC out. All these, take the DC out. And replace it and see what's the reading. Hopefully this will be our problem, and we're just gonna have a short video. Right, so here's my replacement. This is the old one, this is the new one, the replacement. I'm gonna take off the shield and I will put it on the new one. Right, so since I'm at this point, I'm gonna have a quick look under the microscope. I cannot see anything. Like if I just look, this is in good condition. If I just look at it, obviously I cannot see any kind of damage. Right, I'm gonna switch Still working to improve the video. I'm gonna switch the this view to the microscope. Need to do something, but meantime, the microscope sadly it's inverted. I cannot reach the menu, but at least you can see something. And the view is not amazing. So I have more view in my optical view than you have on the screen, so I will try to stay just in the middle. I'm just gonna do a quick check and see if there is anything suspicious. Nothing. I could start measuring things, but since I have the replacement, I'm not going to do any measurements. Right, back to our screen. Right, so let's see. There's some issue over there. Let me fix that. Right. Just going to put the replacement and see what's the reading. Just carefully, you must be very careful when you place this back. It's a bit tricky. You need to insert it in the right position, otherwise it will not go as it's supposed to. I don't remember if this is a good replacement. I don't remember. I used it and I left it outside and now I don't remember what's the condition of it, but we will see it just in a second. By the way, for those that they are struggle to understand the reading of the external power source, just go and watch this video somewhere on the screen here maybe, and watch and see. I'm explaining what that means a little bit in detail. Right, just put everything back. I'm a little bit in rush. I have some other things to do, and it's not the way I usually work. Otherwise, I will never be able to put this video. So, yeah. Usually, when you go in, you're in rush. You shouldn't do any of this stuff. It's quite fragile, this connector, so be cautious. All right, connecting this. Right, so it's still safe to put the power on. The only thing we don't have connected, is not connected at the moment, is the top, which obviously the top has the switch, but I can do a quick check. Is the top and the back, which they don't have major circuit boards. They don't have any kind of circuit boards. Right. Let's put the power on and see what's the reading. Ooh, 008, the same. This is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. But let's continue with our testing. Actually, 012. Same. It's identical. Same thing. Oh, this is not good at all. I will still put the top and see if we get something. If we get anything. which I have some doubts, but I will connect this. Usually the camera, when we put power on, and by the way, on the other video I'm explaining much better in details. When we put power on, the first thing that camera do the first thing that camera needs to do is a quick check. It's a quick spike, and then camera goes back to 0, which is not our case. I will try to, where is it? Lock this pin here. Same identical reading, which is not a good sign, obviously. And then the value stays the same, whatever. Even if I the switch now it's closed, and if I open the switch, still is the same. No. So now the proper work begins, basically. Now we start to scratch our heads and pray. Hopefully we're going to be able to find the problem. It could be related with the motherboard. At this point, it could be related with anything. So, right. Since there are no electrical diagrams for these cameras, everything it's a guessing. It's just obviously it's experience first of all, based over each and every level of experience that can reduce your timing trying to figure out what's the problem. Right, let me reflect a little bit. I have a think what I need to do next. Okay, I need to take this, I always try not to, but now at this point I need to take this tape. I'm not gonna take the tape off, instead I'm gonna take the shields. I have some shields here, because that helps me to keep the tape, not to deteriorate the tape. All right. Oh no, there is something here. Look. I think we found our problem. Right. So there's a piece of metal here. This. I don't know where that comes from, but I think we found our problem. I wonder where this comes from. How this got here. Weird. Very weird. Okay. Right, so as you can see, this when you are dealing with dead cameras, you become like Sherlock Holmes. Try to figure out what the problem can be. So let's put some power on and see what's the reading now, because I took that off. Oh, that's a good sign, actually. That's a very good sign. Maybe indeed this camera survived. 0.03. 0.03 and then nothing. But obviously we have a different reading. Actually, that's a good reading. I will this stuff. I will take it off if I can. Right. So this is all in one piece. Okay, so what I will do now, because that's quite strange, quite like a positive behavior. So what camera does, because of the camera detects I'm using an external power, I get a message on the screen, so I need to attach everything back. And maybe, unbelievable, just a piece of metal, and I don't have any clue how did that get there. And I will attach the screen. I need to see if I get any message on the screen. Oops. It's tricky because I cannot see. Usually I put my head inside there. Doesn't matter if I leave stuff unconnected, still okay. They have less importance. Okay. So let's see what it says now. So we have that quick reading, which is a good sign. Watch the amperage, 0.01, which is 10 milliamps, and then goes to 0. And when we put this, actually this, I will turn it off. Let's do this again. I will put on, and then I will close. I will simulate like I'm closing the door. Watch the reader. 0.03. No, it's not a good sign. This is not a good sign. Obviously, if I try to power on, I will do it directly. It goes to 0.03. Okay, so now we know what's the area, what could potentially be the area of damage. It's not related, most likely it's not related with the DC-DC. Instead, it could be that area we found the that strange object, and I will focus over there next. Probably I will replace it. I don't remember if I have. Just because it's quicker for me to debug, to find the issue, and once I find the issue, obviously I can try to repair this this board. But also this board here, it powers the circuit board, the main board. Right, so I had a check to make sure everything is okay with the configuration of how the connections are. But what I can do here, definitely this is our problem. Well, let's hope this didn't went further. Because if this went further, it created more damage. Before I take the top off, I may disconnect this and this. Right. Let's see what's the reading. 0.01, 0.03. Straight away. Straight away. Okay, I will replace that that circuit board. In order to take this cover, this side cover off, you need to take off everything, because you need to remove the top, and then you need to remove, you are able to remove this. So yeah, not a great design. It is what it is. Where this goes, switch here. Yeah. More connectors. Right, so this also has the SD card reader. Don't like it. Okay, I'll take it that way. I will leave it like that. Maybe I will need the connector later on. Right, so let me see if I have the replacement. Right, so I have good news. I got a replacement. We have a donor. I'm not 100% sure this will work as well, because I got it from another dead camera that had some water damage, so we don't know what to expect. But at least we can put this on and see what's the reading, what values we get out of it, and hopefully this will solve our problem. I'm just trying to put that back in. The other camera has some water damage, not excessive, but still the camera doesn't, again, the other one doesn't give any sign of power. I will maybe at some point I will also have a look at that, and I'll share it with you. But now let's focus on this and let's see if we're gonna have any improvement. I don't know what to expect at this point. Usually when I was at first in this industry, I was quite excited and quite confident that this will fix the problem, but we don't know. Could be something else, not necessarily this. If it's not this, we'll just move on. Right. Each time you replace circuit boards, make sure you put all connections, all cables, flats back together. This I don't need to worry, because it's just the part that communicates with the top cover. So let's let's put some power in, power on, and see what's going on. 0.01, then back to 0. Let's see if we do this. Not good. Not good at all. We have the same reading. And then stuck. This is not a good sign. It's interesting that the first bit goes to 0. There's like a quick check. That's not enough. Definitely something else going on here. Let me disconnect just one. It goes straight to 30 milliamps, straight to 30 milliamps. Okay, so what I will do, I will disconnect the bottom. So this is the part that communicates with the bottom. There's no need for this, I believe. No, there's no need. This, I need this. And let's see what's the reading. 003. And then nothing. Let me put the screen and see if we get anything on the screen. Obviously not. I had that connector disconnected. That flat cable I know will not make any change, but still I'm doing just testing. I'm lucky enough I get the worst case scenarios. Oh, we had some change in value. Just a slight change in value. Let's see if I push on buttons. Does anything happen? No. Not much. My brain says change the motherboard, change the motherboard, change the motherboard. And I don't know. Actually, probably that's the next step. Here's the thing. I was just preparing myself to take the donor motherboard, and I just came with something just came to my mind. Since I replaced the power DC power board, and the camera was still having that component there, it could be the case that I've compromised the good power board. It could be the case. I might have compromised the power board. But it's strange. Usually doesn't give the same identical values. It might give like a close value, but not the same identical value. So now next, obviously, I have a replacement motherboard. I will replace that, and I'm a bit skeptical on this, but we need to move on. Otherwise, I will get stuck forever. Right, so I have to disconnect this connector, which this is related to the let me see if I can zoom in. This is related to the image sensor, and this connector is very fragile and very hard to take it off. So you need to be very cautious when you're about to remove it. There you go. Just start seeing, oh, there's some sign of war. There's some trace of oxidation here. Could be some sign of water. Yeah, this doesn't look good. A little bit of sign of oxidation. This goes to the battery memory, so not a big thing, but still. Let me take this off. I'm sorry, I didn't realize the camera is zoomed all the way out, so you couldn't see. I was just disconnecting things and trying to take the main board off. Right, I don't like this. Don't think I'm gonna be able to put them back from this angle. Let's see. Actually, they are coming off quite easy. Right. Just to be precautious, I'm gonna put here number 1. This is the one with the first, and the other motherboard I'm gonna put number 2. Usually I take more. I put more numbers. I put the serial, but I don't need for now. Okay. Let's see if I can put this from this position. It's not the way I like to do it, but it's late. It's quite late, and I need to do some progress. I want to do some progress. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I need some sleep. There's no need to put them all back, but I will just put them just to get rid of too many screws around here. So, all right. Okay, so these connections are not major, are not like important connections. These go to different other modules, other parts of the camera that they have less importance. What we have here, this is the most important part. So I can power in. Just let's check the consumption, or let's check the load. 01 as usual. 003. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is not good. This is not good. We have 003 we were having with the other one, 0012. So what I will do, it might be the case that I have some, I'm dealing with a damaged power board. So the donor power board, since I didn't have it, usually I put everything in stock, but I didn't have it in stock. I had it out somewhere just laying around. So it could be damaged. So if you're lucky enough, it might be that just that component, that that piece of metal that was on the circuit board that I found on top of the circuit board. It might be the case that it was just shorting the circuits, and maybe here we are dealing with a damaged, actually it's the same 003. No, we're having 12 over 012 over an amp, and not 003. Let me take this out because I don't like it, and I can risk to break it. So now, just to as a recap, we have back the original DC power board, and we have the motherboard. It's the donor motherboard, and also the other circuit board is still the donor. So I still have the donor board. But let's see what's the reading. Okay. Keep your eye on the screen, on the multi, my external power bank, external power source. Let's see what value we have now. 0.3, 0.03, then back to 0. Oh, okay. Oh, that's different. It's slightly different, and we had a sort of different movement over there. But what happens if I disconnect it? Not much. So we had before 0.12, and now we have 0.15 and going above 0.16. Obviously, because I don't have anything else connected, let me just connect other stuff. Put the stuff back. This again is not the original motherboard. This is the donor. And it could be the case that goes higher just because these are not connected. It might be this can happen. So let's not get too excited. These bottom here are important. They need to be connected. This not really, but I can do this one as well. Not necessarily. There are more. I'm gonna just connect it. So even this one. Right. Let's do it again. I'm gonna close this first, and then I'm gonna close this second. Whoa! What happened? Something just happened. It's not a bad sign. Okay, so that could be the motherboard, because this is a donor motherboard and it comes from a water damage camera. But let me see if did I connected everything. Right, so we have some progress, which is great. These are less important. These are related. This is a viewfinder, both, and this one is still for the viewfinder. For the let me just put it back, just in case. Right, so that's not a bad sign. We have some progress. Hopefully that's a progress. I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet if I can call it that a progress. Right, so just to recap, might be the case that the original circuit board that was here was still okay due to the fact that that piece of metal was connected, was going here, it was touching the components. Obviously that was putting in short this line, and the original DC power board was just going in safety, which it is designed to do so, but in some other cases it might go beyond and it just gets faulty. Now we have original DC. This is the donor board and the donor motherboard. Now I will put the top just to have more control, and also I'll put the back just to see what's happening. And hopefully we're gonna have a healthy check, initial check when we connect the power to the camera. I'm not worried about else now. And that's that. I will put this. And then we're gonna just go, if things are not different, I will just put the original motherboard and then eventually the original circuit board. I don't need to put it like perfect. There's no need. Okay. Actually, I need to make sure I have the switch off, because that I can see the reading. So nothing, nothing. And when I put this, we have a there's something going on even without the power. Let's turn it on. Do we have any? We have some sign here. It shows battery low battery. It's not our case, obviously. We made some progress. The camera kind of tries to go do the quick checkup and at some point gets stuck. Obviously something is wrong, still something is wrong. We don't know yet this if it's related with the donor motherboard or something else. But at least we have some sign of the DC, the original DC being healthy. I will put the original stuff back, and then we will take it from there, because I might have done a mistake using not checked components. This might have just extend the the time of just confusing me. Just extend the time of but I will time of debugging. I will start with the motherboard. I will put back the original motherboard, and let's see how it goes. If it behaves, if it behaves the same, we might deal with a partial damaged DC, which I don't, at this point, I don't have a healthy DC. Probably at some point I'm gonna need to get one. And just put it on, but so far there is some sort of improvement. I don't know what to say. If that's a good sign. It is a good sign, sort of, but yeah, we're just doing some progress, obviously. That behavior could be related with the motherboard, because this is coming from, as I was saying, coming from water damage camera. So when there is water damage, lots of things bad can happen. Lots of bad things. Usually I don't like doing this area, just disconnecting much in a way that are much safer. But yeah, this happens when you're in rush. And by the way, my main camera that I'm working on, I'm using a 1DX Mark 1, and while I was doing some work, it just happened he was shutting off. Luckily, I could finish the work I was doing, but yeah, I couldn't after a certain amount of time, and the camera was shutting off. So that probably would be the next one we're gonna look at. So just make sure, if you're not subscribed yet and you like what you see, just make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, you comment, you use the comment section, and just say hello, at least, or at least you just drop down a line and saying you subscribe. I'm gonna do this test, these final tests, and then I will stop because it's too late. So if I'm not doing the videos, I'll be much quicker because I just go, and I don't need to explain things. But while I'm doing the video, I'm spending some more time. And that's an extra reason why you should subscribe, or at least put a like. I'm not going to bother to connect these ones on the top. I will, let me see. If the camera behaves the same, obviously, this is not related with the motherboard, but rather to with the DC or DC, because now we have a donor. This board here is not original, so, and eventually we're going to need to get another DC. Right, watch the screen here. Quick. 12, 15, 0. Wow, this is what we need. This is what we need. Have a look again. These are the switches. One is here, and the other one is here. I'm closing both switches. So very quickly the camera does a spike and then back to 0. This is quite quick. I don't know if this is normal. This is a great sign. Let's turn this on. I still have the message, but that's okay for now. I'm not gonna bother. What's important here? What can we learn from this? If the camera goes to 0, I close it's like I'm simulating closing the doors, and when I open the door, nothing happens, which is not actually stays to 0. Is supposed to be, it does something. It goes, does a check and then goes back to 0. If I open this, back to 0. So this is the healthy way the camera is supposed to. Probably it's too early saying this, but this is it kind of gives the tell us that this is a healthy checkup. It's this spike that the camera does and then goes back to 0. By the way, if you go and watch the other video, you're gonna see the similar thing, and I'm explaining a little bit more. But I'm gonna close this bracket of explaining this thing. So goes to 0. And next I will let me put the battery, no, the screen. Yeah, the camera behaves in a healthy way. So it could be that the other motherboard was faulty. Right, I will start with this first, and then this goes to 0. Let's turn it on. And nothing. We are so close. So close, because the camera already starts doing some things. So close. The reason why we have that sign there, this. Oh, we got power. We got power. Maybe, which can happen, that the DC is still in safety. Sometimes it might take a while until get rid of the errors. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it happens. So we have some power, we have a screen, we have commands, which is okay. And then what's happening? We have no screen menu. And nope. Still we get our problem. Oh, whoa. No, actually works. Maybe I didn't connected the screen properly. All right, I'll shut it off. Okay, this is normal. This is not normal. It takes some while to turn on. All right, so let's see. Is this working? Yes, it is. This working? Yes, it does. But why we don't get anything? Let's go back to screen. Still now doesn't get any power. This could be related with the DC. I'm pretty much sure this is related with DC. Okay, let me do some double checking the connections. This is connected, that is connected, this is connected. These are connected, this is connected, it is connected. So just to remind you, this is number one, this is the original motherboard. And here we have the donor. Actually, I'm going to put a number just to avoid confusion. This is number 2. We have good progress, actually. I'm quite happy with the result. It's not like at some point we got the power. Maybe we're going to be able to see that again. This doesn't have anything to do with, I don't know, I'm just going to put it there. Since it's the genuine, oh no, this goes behind. And yet again, another confusing video. I just mess it up, just using components that they weren't fully working. So probably the reason of this video being so confusing. Another confusing video. It's not the first time that I'm doing this. But yeah. It's normal. Let me see if I have this properly connected on the top here. This one, it's okay. Actually, this one I need to push it a little bit more because I don't like it. I don't like it still. All right, let me see if this, yeah, it is better. Okay, connections are good. That's the microphone, so not a big thing, but I'm gonna put it on. I should have done some tests with the camera while I had power on it. But I'm pretty much sure this now is related with the DC. The reason why it behaves that it got powered on and then it's not there. Battery. Switch. 0 power. It's strange that when I push, oh, okay, we got it back. Okay, I'm gonna use this. It's strange the way it behaves. It kind of sometimes works, sometimes no. So we got it back. Still screen. Okay, I'm gonna just try to card error. All right, card 2 error. Yes, of course, because I don't think it's connected. No, actually, it is connected. Card 2 error is supposed to be. Is it the second one? I took it off with the battery in. That's a sign that I'm getting tired. If we got card 2 error, that could be the reason why we still get this reading. That's the camera sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Cancel. Right, let me do a shot real quick. If I can take a shot, I will do this. Yes, and car 2 is right protected. Okay, we don't care about that now, but we have exposure. Behind this message, you can see some light. So this is my hand just covering the front of the camera. So we are nearly there. Car 2 is right protected. This could be either error on the with the right. So I'm using the donor. I'm using the donor card. So I'm using the donor circuit board. I'm starting to giving numbers. I'm tired. So the donor circuit board, again, it comes from a water damage problem. So okay, I'm gonna put the original back and see what's going on, but we are on a good sign here. The camera is turning on. Everything like it looks like it's working. Buttons and stuff. Just trying to, yeah. Right, so the camera behaves quite well, but we have that message there. That could be why we are dealing with this. We have this issue. Why could be the reason why we have this delay start. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt. This will be the last attempt before I close this video, and I will try to continue with the work on another time during the day, hopefully another night, but I don't have time. Right. Let's see if by changing this circuit board, so you know that the second memory card, second memory card is this one, is the SD, this one. So I'm gonna put back the original. Could be the case that we don't have any damage. Well, the reason we got this with this confusing point is because I was focused on first I focused on the DC, and then I found out the piece of metal, and I didn't think the DC, the replacement DC, it wasn't faulty. So again, a cascade of confusing situation. So it is what it is. At least we got to some progress. And to be honest, I'm tired, but I'm quite happy. I was hoping to do a short video, but when you deal with dead cameras, it's quite hard to do short videos. Right, and at least you learn something. And if you're still here, and if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, consider to share. If you subscribed, just drop a line below in the message section and say you subscribed, just because you find this video helpful. Come on. This is the donor. Number 2. This is the original. I put initially KO. I put initially KO because it's not okay, it's KO. This is KO, but I'm gonna put number 1, and maybe we're gonna cancel that KO at some point. Maybe this motherboard is not beaten up yet, as I was thinking. So this is the last thing I will do for today, because it's late and I'm tired. I deserve some sleep. All right, so I can connect. Actually, I'm not going to connect it yet. If we get the same message, that's not a good thing. It might be something damaged on the motherboard. But let's see. 0.03, 0 goes to 0. Goes to 0. This is good. Before we didn't have this this step. Before was constant with the original motherboards. It was staying always to 12. We just passed that step, and let's see next. Oh yeah, straight away. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Straight away the camera turned on. And again, we have a strong behave of a healthy camera. Oh yeah, we have everything straight away. Got straight away. And then let's see about that message. We don't have the message on the battery. This is working. Menu buttons and stuff I don't want to check. I just need to check exposure. It works. I'm just gonna do a normal shot. It's a bit low. I don't understand why it's low. Where is it? Aperture purity manual. Oh no, yeah, because we have a delay. and we have a timer. So let me take that off. Okay, let's see, from a single shot to multi age. All right, so back in business. This works perfect. Okay, so this is it. I think there's no point for me to leave this on. Actually, I can leave it on, but at the same time, I'm gonna go straight in bed. I think I'm gonna close it here. At least you've seen what was the most important. You witnessed how I fixed the camera, and yeah, I hope you've learned something. So this is working now. Just the last things is just to put the covers back. So I don't think there is any point to me to continue. I really prefer to have some extra sleep, and I don't want to do that on the camera. Just gonna do at some point tomorrow or the next day after. So just a quick recap. This will have been eventually would have been a short video, but because I found the problem a little bit late, and I start replacing components, circuit boards, the donor power, DC power was faulty, and then from there everything just went down to the rubber hole. But just to do a recap, we replaced the DC, then we found the issue, we continued and replaced the circuit board, and then replaced the main board, thinking that the issue could be more major than initially I thought. But in the end, just this stupid piece of metal it just caused the issue, and luckily it didn't create any damage, any damage on the components, on the circuit boards. It was putting on short the circuits, and eventually we've made it. But yeah, but hey, as I said, I hope you learned something, and if you're still here and you're not subscribed, consider to subscribe, put a thumbs up, share. This is very important. Share with some of your photographer friends or group or people, wherever. This can grow the channel, and just that will make me do more video. Just will help the channel, and I will be able to put more content. And yeah, see you in the next one.